What if the oldest artifacts on Earth hold secrets that could rewrite history as we know it? Today we dive deep into these ancient relics, revealing astonishing facts that have remained hidden for centuries. These aren't just dusty old objects. They're puzzle pieces from our distant past, and some of them could hold the key to unlocking lost knowledge about early civilizations that will completely change how you see the world. Let's travel back to the dawn of human civilization. Long before written words, our ancestors were already leaving their mark. From stunning cave paintings to intricately carved bones, humanity's earliest artifacts offer tantalizing clues about our evolution and the birth of culture. Consider the Blombos Cave in South Africa, where people were engraving ochre with geometric patterns 75,000 years ago. Or the famous Venus figurines, found across Europe, carved tens of thousands of years ago. Were these religious idols, fertility symbols, or maybe even the world's first self-portraits? They show us that abstract thought and a sense of self emerged far earlier than we once believed. Now think about your smartphone. It's a piece of technology you can't live without. But long before any of that, humans crafted their very first tools, and these primitive objects laid the groundwork for civilization as we know it. In places like Olduvai Gorge in Africa, archaeologists have unearthed what we call Oldowan stone tools, dating back over 2.6 million years. These weren't just sharp rocks. They were the Swiss Army knives of their day. They allowed our ancestors to butcher animals, crack open bones for nutritious marrow, and defend themselves. This was humanity's first technological leap, the moment we started to shape our environment instead of just being shaped by it. These tools weren't just for survival. They likely influenced social structures, cooperation, and the very way our brains developed. From simple tools, we moved to monumental structures. What if some of humanity's most iconic creations weren't just buildings, but complex machines for ancient science and astronomy? Take the Great Pyramids of Giza. We know them as tombs for pharaohs, but their precise alignment with the cardinal points in certain constellations is uncanny. Some theories suggest they were more than just monuments. They were part of a grand design, possibly mapping the stars or acting as centers for sacred knowledge. Then there's Stonehenge in England. For centuries, it was a mystery. But we now know it's a sophisticated astronomical observatory, aligned perfectly to mark the summer and winter solstices. The people who built it weren't primitive. They were brilliant astronomers and engineers who encoded their knowledge of the cosmos in stone. But what about the inner world of our ancestors? Artifacts like cave art aren't just pretty pictures. They reveal the complex spiritual and social lives of early humans. Let's step into the Lascaux Cave in France. The walls are covered with over 600 paintings of animals, human figures, and abstract signs, created around 17,000 years ago. These aren't just random doodles. The placement, the subjects, the overlapping images, it all suggests they were part of powerful rituals. Were they trying to magically capture the spirit of the animals they hunted? Were these sacred spaces for shamanistic journeys or initiation ceremonies? Before written language, this art was a primary form of communication, telling stories, passing down beliefs, and connecting the community to the spiritual world. As we dig deeper, we find that some ancient artifacts suggest that early civilizations might have been far more advanced than we previously thought. Prepare to have your mind blown. In 1901, divers discovered a shipwreck off the coast of the Greek island of Antikythera. Inside, they found a lump of corroded bronze. For decades, no one knew what it was. But with modern imaging, we discovered it was an incredibly complex machine with interlocking gears and dials. Known as the Antikythera mechanism, it was an ancient analog computer, built over 2,000 years ago to predict astronomical positions and eclipses. Its complexity wouldn't be seen again for over 1,000 years. How did they do it? And then there are the Nazca lines in Peru, giant geoglyphs etched into the desert floor, only fully visible from the sky. They depict animals, plants, and geometric shapes with stunning precision. Were they messages to the gods in the sky? Did they map underground water sources? Their existence points to a sophisticated understanding of mathematics and large-scale engineering. And then there are the artifacts that have baffled scientists and archaeologists for centuries. These are the real head-scratchers. Could they be evidence of lost knowledge or something even more mysterious? Let's talk about the Baghdad battery. Discovered in Iraq, it's a 2,000-year-old clay pot containing a copper cylinder and an iron rod. When filled with an acidic liquid like vinegar, it can generate a small electrical charge. Was it used for electroplating jewelry or for some form of ancient medicine? We simply don't know. Then there's the Phaistos disc, a clay disc from ancient Crete covered in a spiral of stamped symbols that no one has ever been able to decipher. It's a language lost to time. These objects, and others like the Drupa stones, challenge our assumptions and open the door to incredible possibilities, from forgotten technologies to, as some have even suggested, contact with ancient visitors. What do you think these relics tell us about humanity's origins? Let me know in the comments. With each new discovery, our understanding of where we came from gets more complex and more exciting. And some of these discoveries are completely rewriting the timeline of human history. For a long time, we thought organized civilization began with agriculture around 10,000 years ago. Then archaeologists began excavating Göbekli Tepe in Turkey. It's a massive temple complex with intricately carved stone pillars, built 12,000 years ago by hunter-gatherers. This discovery turns everything on its head. It suggests that complex religion and social organization came before settled agriculture, not the other way around. Could discoveries like this even be evidence of a forgotten ancient global civilization that was wiped out by some cataclysm? The clues are starting to connect. The amazing part is that so many of the most significant artifacts are still buried beneath the earth, waiting to reveal their secrets. What might we discover next? Archaeologists are using ground-penetrating radar, satellite imagery, and AI to uncover lost cities in the Amazon, more hidden chambers in the pyramids, and sunken structures on the ocean floor. The next big discovery could be just around the corner. As we decode these ancient mysteries, we realize one thing: humanity's history is far more complex, mysterious, and fascinating than we ever imagined. We are a species with a deep, rich, and sometimes baffling story. The journey of discovery has only just begun, and the greatest secrets are still out there, waiting for us. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey through time. If you enjoyed this exploration, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you do not miss our next deep dive into the mysteries of the past. Until next time, keep questioning everything.